They are mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sons and daughters. They are chiefs, sheriffs, constables, deputies, troopers, and special agents. They are our colleagues, protectors, and friends. But there is one word that fits them all: hero.
The Unity Tour is a group of mostly police officers from all across the country that raise money by riding bicycles from wherever their starting point is all the way into Washington, D.C. It's broken down into different chapters, and each of those chapters has a starting point, but the ending point is always at the memorial in Washington, D.C., the National Law Enforcement Memorial.
The Unity Tour started in '97 with 18 original riders. Then it's grown now to where it's 2,500 riders. The Unity Tour, there's two reasons why they do it. It's one, to raise awareness of fallen officers and to honor those fallen officers. And two, it's to raise money to support the memorial. And so there's 9 chapters across the United States. We're part of Chapter 7, which is Southern California chapter. In that chapter, we ride from Somerset, New Jersey to Washington, D.C. It's about 250 miles. It's a 3-day ride.
It's an opportunity for law enforcement from around the country to get together and raise funding and honor all the law enforcement officers that have fallen in the line of duty really over the past year, but it's not just over the past year, it's really throughout the course of history. And it's an opportunity to bring attention to the dangers that law enforcement faces and honor and respect all the families that have had to suffer through the loss of a loved one that's involved in law enforcement.
It's something that everyone should kind of be a part of. It's something that it's cool to experience it, and I don't think you realize kind of the importance and everything that goes into it until you're actually there and you're experiencing all the events that you're a part of. You keep in mind the people and the families when you're riding into the memorial and how stoked they are that you're there and that you just went through this bike ride or whatever the case may be, but not even necessarily the bike ride, but that you're there to support them because they've lost loved ones or whatever the case may be, that they are there, that you kind of keep that mental picture in mind when you deal with kind of things on a day-to-day basis.
It was moving enough for me just seeing everybody ride through the memorial that it meant that just showing up to Police Week wasn't enough. I had to do more, and that was getting on the bike and raising money and raising awareness and riding the 250 miles.
We shouldn't have to lose an officer to realize how good we have it, but going there you see what other agencies have kind of gone through in losing an officer, and you think how lucky and fortunate we are that we haven't had to experience that.
You know, some people may not want to cycle. Maybe some people may want to ride a motor. Maybe some people would just want to get on a grant and go. It doesn't matter what you do or what event or area you're participating in, as long as you get to go. Especially for some of our younger officers and even, you know, guys with the time I have on, should at least see this once. To really experience why we do what we do and why we have a ride and why we commemorate these fallen officers.
All the chapters arrive in Washington, D.C. at RFK Stadium, and that's where about 2,500 riders come together, and then from there they ride down to the memorial and ride into the memorial. It's something that you have to experience, and you truly understand it once you've been there and experienced it. And so that's why I encourage everybody to go.
Everybody who was present for the Unity Tour and for Police Week all came together and bonded in a way that is difficult to achieve, even though we're all here working at the same time, just because of the different schedules. And it really truly is something that everybody that works for the Redondo Beach Police Department, regardless of your capacity, should be able to experience at least one time.
My first impression of Police Week was very moving. We were there for an officer that was killed in the line of duty. I didn't really know what to expect. I did not expect it to be that big.
It brings together a series of events like the candlelight vigil and the memorial service on the steps of the Capitol building that allow for politicians to speak and the families to be recognized in a very public setting, and all of law enforcement from around the world really to show up and honor and respect all of those law enforcement officers and their families.
Especially like at the candlelight vigil, when you see tens of thousands of cops, you start to quickly realize how important each and every person that's there is that makes up that entire moment.
The trailer was really amazing for the efficiency of our team.
Lo and behold, there's a trailer that was parked over in one of our parking lots here in this closed garage, and so we revamped that thing and we kind of made it our own. And whoa, what a game changer!
The trailer made a huge difference, and I knew when I was hurting and I was coming up those hills, I knew that trailer would be there. I knew we had a good group of guys that were manning that trailer and taking it everywhere for us.
It was really a cool build. I mean, we were able to build an awesome one-off bike rack that held everybody's bikes and for future tours, and then also put some E-track down that allowed for some versatility in possibly putting in more motorcycles or more bicycles or more containers, whatever we need. It really is just a versatile trailer now.
Having a trailer is definitely the best way to do it.
For me, what's important for having our police department attend is it is a kind of a staunch reminder to each and every person that goes about why we wear this badge and kind of how important our job is as a whole. We oftentimes get kind of we build a wall around our own little universe, and we're a police officer here in Redondo, and we have our issues or whatnot, and those things tend to go away when you see the bigger picture of policing and how important it is to be a part of not only our regional teams here, all the teams in Los Angeles County, but this is every person that wears the badge across America. So when you see it in that perspective, I believe that it changes your entire perspective on law enforcement.
I can hear the lost crying. I can hear the truth hiding. Yeah, the shadows are calling us out. I see the fear rising. Yeah, but my hope is burning. The shadows are calling us out. We are heroes, heroes in the darkest time when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest times, but we'll rise above. Oh, we are heroes. It's feeling like the sun's hiding, but we're gonna keep moving, surviving. No, we won't go quiet tonight. Stand up and shout louder. Oh no, no, we won't be silent. The shadows are calling us out. We are heroes, heroes in the darkest time when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest up and shout louder. Oh no, no, we won't be silent. The shadows are calling us out. We are heroes, heroes in the darkest time, when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest times, but we'll rise above. Oh, we are heroes. Stars, only we can spark it. Light it up in the darkness. Only we can spark it. Light it up in the darkness. When the night is starless, only we can spark it. Light it up in the darkness. We are heroes, heroes in the darkest time, when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest time, when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest times, but we'll rise above. We are heroes, heroes in the darkest time, when there is no light. Oh, we are heroes, heroes in the darkest time, but we'll rise above. We are heroes. Oh, we are heroes.